This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
It was not a difficult decision.
So can I go ahead and address the other thing that happened this past weekend that you've been very gracious and not brought up at all?
Yeah, I guess. What is that?
I just want to go ahead and concede that this coming weekend, Georgia's just going to destroy Alabama.
We'll see.
Georgia had the showing of all showings over the weekend, 45-0 over their in-state rival, Georgia Tech. Meanwhile, for the first time in Iron Bowl history, which is what we call the Alabama-Auburn game in these parts, we went to overtime. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times. They were unranked, and they had our number, and we didn't score a touchdown until the final closing seconds of the fourth quarter. And yeah, we did not look like a super team. So we had a golden horseshoe up our ass this week. And I, for one, am nervous about this coming week. And I even tweeted out, well, we had a good run. And I think a lot of people who were watching the game thought I was giving up on Alabama this week. I was more referencing next week. I think dominance in the SEC comes to an end next week. Georgia's the best team in the country this year, in my opinion. Now, don't get me wrong. I still want Alabama to win, but I'm also being realistic. A 2-loss Alabama, who would lose to Texas A&M and Georgia, who was nearly a 3-loss team, Alabama, probably not going to get a playoff spot.
Well, we will see. I still think that the top 2 teams in the SEC are better than any other teams in the country.
I would not disagree with that, especially when you have, overinflated, overhyped, bullshit teams like Ohio State
and Michigan
and Oklahoma.
Yeah. And easy now. And anybody from out now, I mean, they'll throw an Oregon in there or Notre Dame in there. Just
how about fucking Cincinnati? Are they looking for directions? Like when they get in the playoffs, boy, I'd love to just bet everything you own on whoever Cincinnati's playing. Are you kidding? Yeah. That would be like if all of a sudden Matt Schiavone was in the main event of AEW Revolution. I love Matt Schiavone. Yeah. I love Chris Schiavone. But if all of a sudden they're taking on the Young Bucks, buddy.
Yeah, right.
It ain't going their way.
Well, here's a couple of things. Cincinnati played the Georgia Bulldogs last year in the Peach Bowl, which, by the way, was my last game with the Georgia Bulldogs. And it was a very, very tough game. But then again, I'm telling you, Conrad, this is not a college football podcast, I know, but I do want to say this. Thanks to television and ESPN, the bowl games mean nothing anymore.
No, less than nothing. Georgia didn't care about that game last year.
They did not care about that game last year. So I'm not making excuses. They won the game. We were in Cincinnati this past year to do a dynamite, and we were at the arena at the University of Cincinnati. You walk out the arena, and you're right at the football stadium. We actually could stand in the middle of the football stadium, and their football stadium is very, very small. And I'm thinking that, you know what, they just do not have a big enough program yet because they do not have the recruiting base that these SEC teams have. And that's the whole key to get the good players, right? So
it's all about recruiting. About recruiting.
So anyway, I appreciate you giving up the ghost. I do want to say this, that the game was on when Lois and I were eating dinner last night. So I told her, I said, for God's sakes, turn on something instead of Fox freaking News. And she turned on, and there was Auburn, Alabama. And it was like 10-0 in the fourth quarter.
And you were so excited.
No, I was not. I hate Auburn. I want them to lose every game they play.
I forgot.
Every game they play.
Yeah.
Every game they play. And Lois says, you think Conrad's squirming right now? I said, no, but I know Larry Thompson is.
Oh my God.
I was thinking about your dad.
We still had a house full of company. And buddy, let me just say, some kids learned some new words and combinations of words they've never heard this week.
Especially the word bitch.
Oh my God. So many. I felt bad for Cassio by the end because he was the only Auburn fan here.
Yeah.
Buddy, when Bryce Young threw that touchdown, oh God. I mean, I felt confident Larry Thompson was going to chop him throw him in
Yeah.
the turnbuckle, turn him a flip, the whole thing. It wouldn't have shocked me. Never mind. Hey, so let's fire up WHW. You know, it's time to get going. World Championship Wrestling Season 2, Episode 47, November 29th, 1986. It's a 52-minute episode. Stay tuned till the end of the show. We've got a big announcement about the future of WHW. No, we're not canceling. Well, I don't think we might be getting canceled. Either way. Tony, I understand that you might have a special countdown for us today.
We have a very, very special countdown this week. And let me give you the backstory. This comes from Steph Chesney, longtime low-key big hog, and a legitimate rock and roll star, and a big fan of Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
What? Fuck this person. What are you talking about?
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.